Hello, it is Monday, December 16th. Sorry about the lighting. It is like 5 p.m. It literally took us, sorry, my arm is so tired. It literally took us like 3 hours to get back to our city. I had IVIG today and the roads were absolute trash. There were so many cars in the ditch because it's like slippery and the snow is blowing a lot, and so visibility wasn't great. That on top of ice makes for a very difficult like trip. So I do have IVIG again tomorrow, so we'll have to see how that goes. So yeah. Hello everybody. I'm sorry about the lighting, but it's like 9 o'clock at night and it's Wednesday, December 18th, and so I wanted to give you guys a few updates. So this week was insanely busy. As you saw, Monday and Tuesday I had, sorry, I'm looking down, it's because I'm flushing while I do this. Monday and Tuesday I had IVIG in the city and the roads were absolutely terrible. So I mean, Canadian winters, they really toughen you up. And so Monday it was super duper icy, and so it took us like double the time to get back from the city. And then on Tuesday roads were better, but from like where we live they don't always clear the roads, and so unfortunately my husband couldn't make it to work because my vehicle has better tires than his does and I needed mine to get to the city. So thankfully we made it. Everything's good there. And then tomorrow I have a appointment with an anesthesiologist for the surgery that I'm having in like a week. That's crazy. On like my pre-op like report, I had written down that I have woken up during my endoscopies, and those are like sedated, and so I think that's why they booked me a special appointment with my anesthesiologist. And because I have Ehlers-Danlos syndrome, it can make you metabolize anesthesia faster, and that could be why I woke up both times. The first time I remember better than the second time, because the first time I woke up with the scope still down my throat, and like I heard my doctor be like, oh, she's waking up, we should wrap this up. Or, oh, she's awake. Yeah, whatever, something along those lines. And then the second one, sometimes it's hard to tell if I dreamt it or if I actually woke up, but I do think I remember waking up at one point, and I think they put me back out because then the second time I only remember waking up back in like the recovery area. So hopefully I do not wake up during my surgery and that everything goes smoothly there. So yeah. Okay, I just finished getting myself hooked up for the night, and I've been meaning to show you what is in my like supply case that I take with me whenever I leave the house, and also what is in my feeding tube backpack. Just a minute. Okay, it's a little bit dirty, but this is my feeding tube backpack. It is a mini backpack by Hannah Canvas. I will link her down below, and I made this cute little mushroom that goes on there. Come on. Yeah. Okay, so I'm going to show you first what is in here. So whenever I leave my house, whenever I leave my house, whenever I take out my dog, or whenever I need to not be dragging my IV pole around the house, I use this backpack. And so I have a double bag system from the Omni. I have the Omni pump 2-bag system. There we go. So first, front pocket. So there's actually 2 front pockets. There's like this mini one, which right now has a little swab set and a bunch of like sanitizer packets. Yep. And then this second pouch has a matching, like a mini matching pouch to this big bag. I almost dumped it everywhere. And this I just keep pads in because it's just convenient that this is always on my back, and so I just have pads with me. And then it also has these like little side pockets, and in one of them I keep a little pill pack, and that just has my nausea meds. This is Tylenol arthritis, normal Tylenol, Aleve, electrolyte tablets, and my bloat gummies. And so I always just have that on me as well. I need to be getting ready for bed, but I'm making this instead. And then this is kind of what it looks like on the inside. It's one big pocket with a smaller pocket on the one side, and then a little zipper pocket as well, which I don't put anything in there. I can add a separate video of how everything looks like inside of here, but this is just kind of what my backpack looks like. And now to move on, I'm gonna put all of this stuff back. Oh, I forgot to mention, it also has this little zipper pocket in the back as well that I currently don't use, but you could if you wanted to. Okay, moving on to this pouch. So ideally it would be nice to have a backpack where you could put this in there, but I don't want to carry extra weight, and so I usually just keep it with like the other stuff that I bring along with me when I leave my house. I always bring water and some other stuff, and it's just more convenient to bring it. So this is what it kind of looks like without trying to dump everything out. So it's basically a main pouch with some compartment sections. As you can see, I'll do a separate clip. Okay, there's two little sections on the side, and then there's one big pocket on the other side, or like a section. So in it I keep two syringes. This one I usually use for my G tube, and this one I use for my J, and I already have the attachment like attached to me, and so I usually don't need an attachment for this because I already have one connected to me. So that's that. I have a coin purse because a lot of the places that I go to for appointments, well, not a lot, but like one specific place requires like quarters, and so I usually try to carry some quarters on me if I find myself in that position for parking. I have a mini hand lotion. I have some Pepto, which I don't really feel like I need to carry with me, but I just do. So I also have a little hand sanitizer. I have a pen because you never know when you're going to need a pen. And then I have my clamp. So my clamp wasn't put on when I got my tube, and they just gave it to me. I was like, that's kind of dumb, but whatever. So I just I Jimmy clamp this tube shut. Otherwise it just pours all over me and it's gross. Next, in the big section, I have my, what size is this? 4x4 inch gauze. I have some more of these like little cotton tip applicators. I have some extra tape. It's a roll of Hypafix tape. That's all for the big pocket. And then the little pockets, I have pre-cut sections of Hypafix tape. I have skin prep that I use before I put down the tape because I am actually allergic to tape. And I find that using the skin prep at least prevents me from having just like really bad rashes on both sides and nowhere to tape. So this at least kind of helps with the rashes. Whatever. And then I have more alcohol prep pads. And then in the next pocket, I had another pre-cut tape. And then I have my, these are the 2x2 inch cotton pads. Because the 2x2s I use around my tube, and then the 4x4s I use like to clean. So that is what I take along with me. I also, like in my purse, have like wet wipes. So I find those very useful for spills and for sanitizing my hands before I touch my tube. I usually only bring this hand sanitizer out if I don't have the wet wipes on me yet. So yeah, on to the regular programming. Just kidding. So I just barely restocked this. It was looking very, very sad. And the reason why I restocked it was because of having poor weather conditions where I live. I didn't want to be without supplies. And so now when I like leave my house for like long trips where I could get stuck away from home, I do bring a 1-day supply of formula with me. I usually have access to water, so I don't really need to worry about packing extra water, but I do have some water in my car. And then I also bring a day's worth of my meds just in case I were to find myself in need of staying at someone else's place or at a hotel when I'm like out at appointments in the city. So that's just in case the weather conditions don't permit me to drive back. I at least have my supplies on hand. As for my bags, as you know, I am able to use my bags 3 to 5 days consecutively. I just wash them out between every use. So I usually don't worry about bringing extra bags with me. Hopefully that's not a knock on wood moment, but yeah. That moment when you get stuck on your own driveway. Baby bear. Okay, so as you just saw, I'm home. So this morning, I had an appointment with an anesthesiologist in the city. And, okay, so the weather app said that we were gonna get like 3 millimeters of snow. That's like hardly any snow. Would he like to maybe change his mind and say maybe 2 to 3 feet of snow? Because that's what we got. So yeah, this morning when we woke up, it was like, dang, that's a lot of snow. And I was like, you know what? It's fine. But I was kind of worried for my husband because I have to take our good car with the studded tires because his car is standard. I cannot drive that thing. But I knew that he probably wouldn't make it to work if he took that. So I managed to gun it out of our driveway, and I managed to make it to pick up my mom, and then we took her vehicle. I had to gun it to get into her driveway, and then we took her vehicle to the city. And the rest of the way was pretty good as soon as it was light out. The appointment went well. The guy was like very, very thorough. Oh, just a minute. Okay, so anyways, I had an appointment with the anesthesiologist, and he was very thorough, and he had a couple of concerns like regarding like my EDS stuff, and the main thing he was concerned about for me is the intubating process because I have issues with my neck. So he was a little bit worried that if I was completely put out that they could injure my neck. So there is a chance that I might have to be like lightly sedated, so kind of awake when they intubate me, which is kind of scary, and I'm really hoping that I don't have to do that, but I'm at this point willing to do anything it takes to get the surgery. And then he also kind of made it sound like there was a chance that they would have to like reschedule my surgery because they were worried that I would like have complications in the hospital that I was supposed to have the surgery at, or am having the surgery at, was they don't have like an ICU or an inpatient, so they were a bit worried about that. But I just barely got a call from my surgeon's office, and all they did was switch the time that I'm supposed to have surgery. So now it's gonna be a very early morning. Not looking forward to that, but it's fine. It's fine. So everything's good for that. I made it home safely. I got stuck on my driveway, as you saw. So because Matt drove on it at like 7:30 this morning, all of those tracks are gone. There's another like up to my knees length of snow, so like that's like 2 feet of snow like across my whole driveway. And yeah, I got stuck. Thankfully my brother-in-law was here watching Lucy, and he was able to shovel me out, so I was able to park on the street. But that's what it's like to live in Canada. Yeah. I just got a text message that my father-in-law is going to come and clear my driveway for me because they have a snowblower, and I'm very appreciative of that, so I can get on my driveway, which is great. Anyways, I'm going to close out this video. I already made like an outro, but I'm definitely not going to use it. Don't forget to give this video a like, and if you would like to continue to follow my journey, I'd love to have you, and you can do that by subscribing. I post every Thursday, and I'll see you next week. Bye. That was backwards. Bye.
Goose, do you want to say bye? Say bye.